Along the way to Motostoke, Ash trips on what he believes to be a rock, but it turns out to be a very angry Rolycoly. Ash sends out Sobble, who, in surprise, douses it with a water gun. The Pokemon becomes incredibly angry and rams into Sobble, sending it flying. Ash has Sobble use Protect, but the Rolycoly continues ramming itself into the protective bubble. Eventually, the barrier breaks, but by now, the Pokemon has tired itself out, and a second water gun knocks it out, allowing Ash to easily capture it. Now, I debated for a while whether I wanted Ash's fire type to be Centiskorch or Colossal, and eventually I decided I went to Colossal, as I simply wanted him to have one slower, bulky team member rather than all the other, kind of speedy ones that he typically has and the rest of the Pokemon I have chosen for him. So that's why I went with this one. Ash's Rolycoly is a hothead and very aggressive. He is easily angered and will often ram his entire body into things when he's upset. Gloria also winds up making another capture. While the group are camping and having a curry lunch, a wild Milcery approaches the duo for some food, which Gloria provides. She then easily captures it with her gifted friend ball that she got from the Turffield gym. Milcery is bubbly and friendly, but she is very weak and doesn't like to battle, though she probably would do so if asked or in an emergency, as she would rather herself be hurt than someone else. So, team update. Ash now has Pikachu, Sobble, Corvisquire, and Rolycoly. Gloria has Scorbunny, Nickit, Applin, and Milcery. Ash and Gloria decide to train their Pokemon on the way to the gym. Ash learns that Rolycoly is already pretty strong. He easily defeats Sobble and Nickit in a practice match, and can even hold his own against Pikachu. Milcery, on the other hand, isn't too fond of battling. At first, this worries Gloria, as she isn't sure how she can train a Pokemon to be able to take on Leon if it doesn't want to battle. Ash chimes in and offers for her to be sparring buddies with Sobble. After all, Sobble also isn't the most intense battler, so they'd probably likely be a good match to train with. The two Pokemon don't really enjoy the training, but they do end up bonding because of it. While Applin enjoys battling a bit more, she also bonds with the more lax Pokemon, as she's pretty lazy herself. Scorbunny and Corvisquire, on the other hand, are very fierce and competitive, neither wanting to give up until their last breath. They battle almost every day, with a different Pokemon taking the victory in each battle. Ash even mutters that the two may consider each other as rivals. Gloria inwardly wonders if she should consider Ash to be her rival. They do have the same goal of beating Leon after all. This means they could very well end up battling each other at some point, in the league even. Gloria shudders at the mere thought of battling a champion-level trainer like Ash. She puts the thought out of her head and refocuses on the training. A few days of training and traveling later, Ash and Gloria reach Motostoke to battle the Gym Leader Kabu. Ash decides to battle first, with Gloria, as usual, being fine watching Ash's battle before her own to allow her to get a taste of the Gym Leader strategy and prepare for her own battles. It also allows her to learn more about Ash's battling style. After all, they may end up battling each other someday, and she wants to be prepared. Ash and Kabu head to the pitch. Kabu compliments Ash on his battling style, as he's been seeing him battle on TV for the past few matches, and he thinks he's already shown to be very impressive. Ash thanks Kabu and says that he's very excited to take on his gym now, as he's been on a roll and he wants to continue with his winning streak. Kabu says that he likes his determination, but his win streak ends now. Kabu sends out his Ninetales, and Ash uses his newly caught Rolycoly. Ninetales is strong, but her fire and normal type moves are pretty useless against Rolycoly. He's able to take her down with a few smackdown attacks. Arcanine is next, and though Rolycoly gets a few good hits in with smackdown, Arcanine is able to take Rolycoly down with its bite. Corvisquire is sent in next, and things start off with his signature Retaliate, which hits Arcanine hard. Arcanine fights back with Will-O-Wisp to weaken the bird. Ash commands a new move that Corvisquire recently learned, Pluck, and while it does decent damage, the burn prevents it from being stronger than it could have been. Arcanine goes for a Flame Wheel, and Corvisquire uses Pluck, and the two wind up knocking each other out. It's down to the final two. Ash decides to go with Sobble, while Kabu uses his strongest Pokemon, Centiskorch. Kabu actually starts off by commanding Smokescreen over Dynamaxing right off the bat. and this blocks Sabo's vision, missing several water gun attacks in the process. Centiskorch then goes in for a bug bite, but Sabo protects just in time. Ash commands a quick pound attack, which successfully lands on the bug up close. At this moment, Kabu decides he's done playing games, and Gigantamaxes his Centiskorch. This is Ash's first time battling a Gigantamax Pokemon, and the second time he's seeing one after Leon's, but he quickly Dynamaxes Sabo. Kabu starts out strong with a G-Max Centiferno, which does heavy damage to Sabo. Sabo uses Max Geyser, which causes it to rain. With fire moves being weaker, Kabu commands Max Flutterby, which Sabo blocks with Max Guard. One turn of Dynamax remains. Max Geyser and Max Flutterby collide, resulting in a huge explosion. The Pokemon are returned to their normal sizes and both are exhausted. Ash quickly calls for a water gun, and Sabo's powered-up attack ends up defeating Centiskorch. Ash runs to hug Sabo and congratulate it for the win. Sabo, with tears in its eyes, hugs Ash and evolves. The audience erupts with cheers upon seeing the newly evolved Drizzile, as does Ash. Kabu congratulates Ash and Drizzile, giving him his fire badge. Gloria decides to do some training before battling Kabu. Ash has Drizzile spar with Milcery and Scorbunny. Because Milcery is still pretty weak, Gloria decides to play it more defensively. She has Milcery start out with an Attract to stop Drizzile from attacking. However, Drizzile is able to keep battling as if nothing happened, and hits off a new Swift attack. At first confused, Gloria realizes that Drizzile must be a female, just like Milcery, which Drizzile actually confirms. Ash is pretty surprised by this as well, since he'd not known this fact himself. Gloria scolds him for not knowing this, telling him that he can check these things with his Pokédex in the future. Regardless, the training continues and Scorbunny learns Headbutt. After some long hours of training, her team, Scorbunny evolves into Raboot, and Gloria's other Pokemon learn some new tactics as well. Gloria's battle with Kabu occurs the following day. Kabu actually starts the battle with his Arcanine this time. Gloria uses Nickit. The small fox is a bit nervous to be battling the much larger canine, but Gloria reminds him that he is powerful. Arcanine goes on the offensive with Flame Wheel, but Nickit is able to dodge with Quick Attack. Gloria then pulls out her secret weapon, a new move Nickit learned during training. She commands Foul Play to deal heavy damage, a move which uses Arcanine's own physical strength against it. Nickit unleashes a few of these attacks, and Arcanine winds up going down pretty quickly, which surprises Gloria and Nickit. Next is Ninetales, turning the battle into a duel of two foxes. Ninetales uses Fire Spin to trap Nickit into a vortex of flames. Nickit uses Snarl to weaken Ninetales, but eventually a few embers and damage from the Fire Spin knock him out. Raboot is sent out next, as she resists most of Ninetales' fire-type attacks, and she can take Ninetales out with her new move, Headbutt. Centiskorch is last for Kabu, and Gloria swaps Raboot for Milcery. Centiskorch goes for a Flame Charge, but Milcery hits an Attract to stop the bug in its tracks. Milcery is able to hit quite a number of weak Draining Kiss and Dazzling Gleam attacks, but eventually Centiskorch is able to get off a Flame Wheel to knock out the weak Pokemon. Gloria sends Raboot back out to finish things off. The two Pokemon go back and forth for a while as they are both able to resist each other's major attacks. Still, both are starting to get tired, so the trainers decide it's time for Dynamax versus Gigantamax. With Raboot's resistance to Centiskorch's fire and bug-type attacks, plus her new Max Strike, she is able to beat Kabu's final Pokemon, thus giving Gloria her third badge. The audience cheers loudly, and many chant Gloria and Raboot's names. It's clear that these trainers are always showing promise and building a fanbase. Even Kabu compliments Gloria on the battle, stating that her Pokemon are clearly very well trained, and he has high hopes for her in the future of this competition. As Ash and Gloria leave the stadium, the ball guy again congratulates them on their win, gifts the trainers with level balls, and the duo head off. While camping and having dinner that night, Gloria gushes over her badges, very pleased to be making so much progress already. She's sure that they'll be making it to the Champion Cup with no issue. Ash asks Gloria if she thought more about the question he'd asked a while ago, about what she plans to do after the Champion Cup ends. Gloria is honest with Ash and tells him that she still hasn't come up with an answer. Ash tells her that it's fine if she doesn't know yet, since they still have a long way to go before even getting to the tournament. So Gloria then asks Ash what is his plan. If he loses in the Champion Cup, what will he do then? Ash says, "I'll do the same thing I've always done, head out for another new adventure and try to win again." Confused by this, Gloria asks what he means. Ash explains that his previous Alola journey wasn't his first league experience. He's actually competed in 9 total leagues and lost all except for the Orange Islands, Kalos in this universe, and Alola. Gloria is shocked by this. With Ash being a champion, she could have never imagined him having such a history with so many previous losses. So after you lost, you just packed up and went somewhere else? On an entirely new journey right from scratch? With a brand new team earning badges all over again? Gloria asks, rather shocked. Yep, Ash responds. Gloria then says that she couldn't imagine that. She couldn't bear the idea of spending a whole journey earning all 8 badges, competing in a league and making it so far only to lose. It's one thing to lose a gym battle, which you can rematch, but losing in a league would be too devastating. All that time wasted. Ash says it's not wasted time, far from it. As with each new journey, he's grown stronger and learned so much, not only about himself and battling, but his Pokemon as well. He recommends that Gloria not look at a major loss as something so horrible, but as a stepping stone to doing better the next time. Gloria thinks over Ash's words all through the night. She still can't get over the idea of getting so far only to lose. So she vows right there that she won't lose. She'll never lose another battle again. She just can't. Ash and Gloria head to their next destination of Hammerlocke, which requires they go back to the wild area. While there, they run into Marnie and Team Yell once more. Team Yell notice Ash and Gloria, remembering them from the Bidoof drop in, and begin furiously yelling at them. Marnie, on the other hand, kindly greets the two, telling them how she'd seen all of their gym matches on TV and praises them for doing so well. She also mentions how she already has 4 badges of her own. Team Yell then butt in and state that Marnie has won every single gym battle easily without losing a single Pokemon. She's a force to be reckoned with and will definitely become the next champion. Marnie is bashful but admits that their statements are true, shocking Ash and Gloria, expecting them to be just bragging as usual. Impressed, Gloria challenges Marnie to another battle, which she accepts. Gloria nets a quick win with her Milcery, taking down Marnie Scraggy with ease. It seems she has the upper hand, but that changes quickly as soon as Marnie sends in her Krogunk. Gloria knows how strong this Pokemon is from their last battle, and she's likely become even more powerful. Applin, Milcery, and Nickit all struggle with the poison and fighting type. Applin and Milcery in particular go down to Krogunk easily as potent poison jabs leave them powerless. Nickit is only just able to defeat the exhausted frog with his impressive speed, but if Krogunk wasn't on the verge of fainting, Gloria isn't too sure Nickit would have been able to win. Morpeko takes out the little fox and things look grim, but in the end, Gloria winds up winning the battle thanks to Rabu's strong attacks. Naturally, the Team Yell members are furious over Marnie's loss and scold Gloria for winning. Ash argues that the win was fair and that they should accept it. Gloria and Marnie don't pay the grunts much mind. The girls compliment each other on continuing to get stronger and promise another battle in the future. Marnie even says that she'll be sure to keep watching Gloria's matches on TV. The duo bid Marnie and Team Yell farewell and they go back off to their own adventure. A while later, Ash catches a Galarian Farfetch'd with the level ball he'd recently got. Ash caught this Pokemon in Journeys, so I'm keeping it here since it is a Galar native. I'm unsure of what Farfetch'd's personality was in Journeys, but let's say here that he's very chivalrous and likes to act as a protector to anyone he feels is weaker than him. He often keeps watch over Gloria's Milcery, as he knows she doesn't like to battle much. While traveling, the duo runs into Hop again, and he has some pretty bad news. He reveals that he ran into and lost a battle to Bede recently, and had been feeling down. Ash and Gloria encourage him and let him know that it's no big deal, and he's still a strong trainer. Ash even notes how he's been all over the news for his impressive gym performance. But despite the compliments, Hop still seems down, and the boys even have a quick match between their two Corvisquire, which ends up being a tie. Though despite not outright losing and even smiling after the match, Hop still didn't perk up. Nevertheless, Ash and Gloria bid Hop farewell. Ash doesn't say much, but he is slightly concerned about Hop. This isn't the usual boisterous and confident friend he's familiar with, but he'll probably feel better later, so Ash doesn't think too much about it. Eventually, Ash and Gloria make it to Hammerlocke. Immediately, they head to the gym, but are told they can't battle Raihan without 7 badges. As such, they spend time checking out the city. While shopping for curry ingredients, Gloria unknowingly buys a sweet apple. As her Applin gives it a taste test, she evolves into Appleton. Later, while at a cafe, Gloria also obtains a heart sweet as a gift for being their 100th customer of the day. At first, she was just going to eat it, but her milcery pops out of her Pokeball and immediately grabs it, so Gloria gives it to her to hold on to. With nothing much else to do, Ash and Gloria decide to let their teams out to relax for a bit, since they'll likely have to go back to their usual training soon. While surfing the web on her Rotom phone, Gloria sees that Marnie has just won her 5th badge. She calls her up to congratulate her and says they'll definitely need to battle when they see each other again. Upon leaving Hammerlocke, Ash and Gloria travel towards Stow-on-Side. On the way, they meet a researcher named Carolus, who says she is studying fossils and she asks if they can assist her in locating them. She explains that there are 4 fossils from which she can create 2 Pokemon, which could be different depending on which they bring. Naturally, the children are intrigued, so they agree to help. After searching around the area, Gloria finds a fossilized bird and dino, which Carolus restores into an Arctozolt. Gloria is in awe of the interesting looking Pokemon that she helped to revive, so she eagerly decides that she wants to add it to her team. Carolus is fine with it as she's already gotten all the information that she needed. Arctozolt is a very energetic Pokemon who sometimes shocks the others by accident if it gets too excited. It tends to shiver and sneeze a lot. Ash finds a fossilized Drake, but he isn't able to find anything else, so Carolus decides to keep looking on her own, as she doesn't want to hold Ash and Gloria up, but she'll call them if she finds anything. She also lets them know that if they find anything, they can just call her back and she can help restore the fossil. So, Gloria's team is now Raboot, Nickit, Appleton, Milcery, and Arctozolt. Along the way, Ash and Gloria stop to let their Pokemon out to get to know Arctozolt. The Pokemon is overjoyed to meet them. They try to play with it, but because she is very slow, it's a bit hard for her to join in on any fun. She's also shivering constantly, and the other Pokemon feel bad for it. Raboot uses the pads on her feet to try to keep the large bird thing warm, which somewhat works. Farfetch'd uses his leek as a bat to try to play ball with her. Thankfully, she can join in by standing in the same place to hit the ball with her tail and play properly, and thus the other Pokemon join in the fun as well. And by the way, guys, I know that we all know that Arctozolt is a genderless / gender unknown Pokemon, but I'm really bad about calling Pokemon it. I know they do it in the show all the time, but I'm just so bad with that. I always have to just say he or she. So if I accidentally or even purposely say she when I'm talking about Arctozolt, just know that I know that it's a genderless Pokemon, and yeah, that's why. Finally, the duo makes it to Stow-on-Side, and while having a meal with all of their Pokemon, Ash and Gloria encounter Hop again. Hop happily brags about his newest badge and energetically challenges Ash to another battle, which Ash of course agrees to. He's also glad to see Hop back in good spirits. The battle begins a bit differently, with Hop sending out a Cramorant. Ash is excited to see a brand new Pokemon from Hop, and he sends out Pikachu, who makes quick work of the water and flying type. Next, Hop sends in Silicobra, who easily beats Pikachu with Dig. Ash, impressed by another new capture, decides his next choice will be Corvisquire. But Corvisquire actually refuses to battle, and Ash silently understands that he'd prefer to wait to battle his rival, Hop's own Corvisquire. Ash instead opts for Drizzile, who defeats the ground type with her brand new Water Pledge attack. Next, Hop sends in his new Toxel, and he is able to defeat Drizzile with his electric attacks. Ash decides to use Rolycoly next, and the two seem evenly matched. Toxel starts to mock Rolycoly during the battle, which makes him upset, and he begins to angrily ram into Toxel. In the end, Rolycoly comes out as the victor, and evolves after the battle. Ash is thrilled and surprised to see Carkol is now a fire type. Hop then sends in Thwackey, and Gloria is impressed seeing Grookey has evolved. Despite the new type advantage, Thwackey is able to take down Carkol, though not before taking a heavy amount of damage. Ash sends in his new Farfetch'd, who, despite not having much training yet, fights his hardest, wanting to win a battle for his new trainer, and is able to just barely beat Thwackey. Hop, dejected, recalls Thwackey, stating that he has no more Pokemon who can battle. Ash, Gloria, and many of the Pokemon who are watching are confused, and Corvisquire is noticeably shocked. Ash asks Hop what about his Corvisquire and Wooloo, and Hop explains that he'd not have them on his team, as he was trying out a different roster after his loss to Bede. Ash tells him that he understands wanting to try a new rotation, but that he and Corvisquire are eager and will be willing to battle his Corvisquire the next time. Hop gives a small smile, but Ash's Corvisquire can sense that it isn't genuine. Gloria also thinks that Hop seems off, but doesn't press the issue. She does, however, ask if Hop can point them to the gym, which he does. Hop tells them that he'll see them next time and that he'll be sure to win so he can keep honoring Leon's good name. Ash and Gloria arrive to the Stow-on-Side gym, where they learn that the gym leaders still haven't decided who is competing in the Major League yet, and thus have chosen to rotate between Alistair and B every so often for the time being. And, coincidentally enough, they are set to swap soon. After learning of their type specialties, Ash decides to battle B, since his team is more equipped to handle fighting types, while Gloria will battle Alistair, as her Pokemon are better against ghost types. As B is still acting as the gym leader, Ash will be having his battle first.